A very popular exhibition of art and culture from the 20th century. Been there, done that. Obviously very popular with the kids. This is a 14-foot wide stained glass window of the dog Nipper sitting in front of a gramophone, listening to his master's voice on the record player. Display of American enterprise. In our history, we had a debate. Washington said that things can get better and we can benefit to the liberal and free commerce. Jefferson said, all those who labor in the earth are the chosen people of God. We have land to labor. Alexander Hamilton says manufacturing establishments not only occasion a positive augmentation of the produce and revenue of the society, they contribute essential to render them greater than they could possibly without such establishments. Napoleon's brother married an American. When Napoleon found out about it, he had it annulled, but she got a pension. She bought some stocks and American property and ended up a very wealthy woman. This man came up with the idea for a zipper upper. Took 20 years for it to appear on clothing. Now it's how did we live without it? This lady came up with the Barbie doll. Watching her daughter play with paper dolls, she had the idea that dolls could be styled as adults. I haven't seen an adult that looked like that. Here's some more modern entrepreneurs. There's Bill Gates and Paul Allen. And Warren Buffett said, I made my first investment at the age of 11. I was wasting my life up till then. Down here we have Sam Walton, a revolutionary retailer. Steve Jobs, described as a different thinker. Workshop of a man I've never heard of, Ralph Baer, and he invented the first video game in his home. He created his TV game in 1966 in a paper that's preserved in the museum. And I assume this was his workshop. Evidently he lived in New Hampshire. The Brown Box, a prototype for the first multiplayer, multi-program video game system developed in the late 60s. The Macaroni Box, the model was the prototype for the Comptometer, the first commercially successful adding machine, 1884 to 1885. Early, if you can believe it, typewriter, 1868. Artificial heart in 1977, early defibrillator 1947. From 1837, I certainly know Lincoln got updates on the war via telegraph. Even got a train engine down here, and I guess a bridge that it's on. John Bull locomotive, 1831. And the railroad bridge is 1845. 1950, new technologies and cultural changes have transformed what and how we eat. Julia Child's Kitchen. She lived 1912 to 2004. I would have thought it was later than that. It's from her house in Massachusetts. Waters got 2024 recipient of the Julia Child Award. Alice Waters has a restaurant in Berkeley. She had a background in Montessori education. And her Edible Schoolyard project, I think, is a great program in the Berkeley area. Because we've had abundant harvest. There's a national boycott of lettuce. And it was probably Cesar Chavez boycotted grapes, I think. It was processed today. Early days, we had no supermarkets. Here's a variety of grocery carts. Shortcuts today. There's one where you set your timer and it's done when you come home. There's a pizza oven, a crock pot, an air fryer, can openers, butt pan. Too many Snap-Go, all our drive-thrus on making beer. Better food, food for people, countercultures, kind of hippie food, some Mexican foods, variety of food from different immigrant groups. Diet cookbooks. Cafeteria, here's a display of lunch boxes, very early mailboxes, lunch boxes. There's an old thermos, lunch pails. That one even stacks up. For the long haul. During Prohibition, California's vineyards were in trouble, but they could make Sacramento wine, could make wine at home. They did a lot of research. Robert Mondavi made the Napa Valley and California wines acceptable and successful. This is Nathan Fay. We've been to the Fay home. I'm sure he was long gone. And there's Warren Winarski and Nathan Fay. Warren Winarski was involved in one of the wines that competed in France, the Judgment of Paris, and the Americans whooped the French. Andrei Teslachev was born in Moscow in 1901, and he was one of the great minds of establishing good quality wine in the Napa Valley. Oh, goody. Ian J. Gallo. Oh, here's some information about that Judgment of Paris, 1976. Mike Grgic Hills. He's from Croatia, and when you visit Croatia, they all know him. Very famous. He made the Chardonnay that won in Paris. In 1964, Warren Winarski left the University of Chicago for life in the vineyard. His Cabernet Sauvignon was a winner in Paris. Very successful vintner in the Napa Valley. He left the publishing business in Chicago, came to Napa, bought some land, didn't know anything about growing grapes, but he became very successful.